Hey there, beautiful souls. How are we doing out there? I wanted to just really check in and see how you're doing because the energies at the moment seem to be pretty intense. I've done videos before talking about leading up to the summer solstice, which is this tipping point of where the parallels of love and fear start taking different trajectories, as it were. So they've been running alongside each other for whoever knows how long, but they're separating now. They're like taking their own paths. So we have this choice whether it's fear or love, and we need to recognize and become more conscious of why we're thinking and why we're doing what we're doing, and to kind of take in some mental discernment and time to check in with ourselves. I mean, for me at the moment, it's just wading in that self-worth, can't, not having the energy to do anything, that giving up energy. It's questioning yourself. It's yeah, that kind of, I don't know, that self-sabotage, not a victim-y energy, not I'm playing the victim. It's just, you're just wallowing. um, it is a bit shit. And, um, and I've got a lot of self-care practice in place. I could always do more. Um, and, and I also know that anything that isn't love, that isn't joy, that isn't peace, is the illusion, it's the untruth. Yet because we feel and the emotional intensity of these emotions of fear, guilt, shame, self-sabotage, anger, rage, it just, it's so intense. It takes us, and actually then that they are a negative spiral of energy. They like loop you down, they take hold of you, and then you just keep going down. And so your brain will have a thought, and this is when we have the opportunity to break the pattern with the thought. So we can have the thought and we can go, oh no, that's not love, that's not joy, that's not peace. I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. Get the fuck out of my head. Leave me the fuck alone. This seed of thought that can be in there that just can take you down into this negative spiral. And so it's at that point where we can go, no. And even if we don't know how we're going to get out of it, we just go, I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. I am worthy of love, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of peace. I am love, I am joy, I am peace. And just keep repeating those affirmations. These are something that we need to be doing every day. And mental health and everything else and well-being can sound so complicated and overwhelming in itself. And I'm just trying to move, you don't need to really see me, it's just nice to see the sun actually behind me, which is very really important for mental well-being. Seeing a sunrise and a sunset is very good for the third eye. I'll be writing about that shortly and be sharing that. And instantly we love a sunrise and sunset. There's something really powerful in that. It helps our serotonin, our melatonin, which is our happy hormones, the serotonin, and also the melatonin is a circadian rhythm. It's sleep, it's healing. So, but I will do another video or another article which will be on the Infinity Health Hub shortly. But in terms of, we overcomplicate everything. Okay, this is what I've been really recognizing. And the list of self-care can be overwhelming to the point we don't do that either. So keep it simple. Get your feet on the ground. Okay, get grounded. Free electrons right there. Okay, this will help your oxidative stress. It will ground your body. It will soothe your nervous system. It'll take you out of anxiety so much quicker. And bring your hands to your heart and just breathe into this space. Breathe deeper into your belly, deeper into your heart, not up in here. This just increases anxiety because the tension around the neck, which will create tension around the back of the head, which will stop the blood flow, so we'll get intense migraines, headaches, won't be able to think so clearly, won't be getting all the blood flow to our brain, so we'll just be, we're not circulating freshness, fresh blood, fresh water to our brains, so we're just in that stagnancy of thought. So deep breathing, really deep belly breaths, is really fundamental and key. And watching a sunrise, watching a sunset, you feel like you've got the whole world to yourself. It just brings a deep peace to the body. It brings regulation back into the earth cycles, which is really important. It's because we're disconnected from earth through many, many things that we become more and more stressed. Our microbiome, our gut doesn't like it. We're just becoming so separated from earth, and we're in the season of Cancer, which is all about coming home. So this is about coming home to your body, coming home to yourself, coming home as a soul, whichever layer that you're in at the moment. It might be literally connecting to your body right now is your first starting point. And this is all about getting us to understand who we really are. The whole concept of know thyself is we've got to start being more conscious of who we are and why we do things and what is behind us. And our subconscious mind plays out for 98% of the time. So you've got to understand why. What are the coordinates going on in the back there that's making us think and feel and act the way they do? And then we have our unconscious body, our blood and our bones and our mitochondria and our DNA, all inherited from our lovely ancestors, and all the wounds and the trauma that's coming from there, which we're breaking. We are breaking those patterns. So, and we were like, yeah, that sounds really great. Yeah. Oh no, actually, this is a bit shit. Yes, it is. But however, there's huge amount of transformation that will be coming from this. So we just have to, what I've recognised is take responsibility. And I don't mean responsibilities in taking the shame and the guilt and all that bullshit that comes with it. And this responsibility is about owning your energy, owning your thoughts, owning your body. That's huge, especially if you've been, suffered abuse and different parts like that, but owning your energy fields, the whole sovereignty of who you are. This is about really reclaiming that back and going, this is my energy, these are my thoughts, and we are being factory farmed when it comes to our mental well-being, and the amount of untruths, the illusions, the distortions that are coming out, and it can really dysregulate us. And if we plunge into fear, or if we plunge into rage for too long, we have to feel the rage initially to go, this, I deserve better. But if we stay in it, if we stay in fight, if we stay in that there's a them out there we need to fight against, we are actually keeping that alive. Every time we give fear, emotion and time and we spend it, we are actually creating it. Okay, so we have to start breaking out of this helpless and hopeless energy, this victimization, that we're helpless against governments, that we're helpless against other people. We have to break out of this. This is the layering, the shattering of us finally becoming sovereign beings and claiming back our power. But we've got to realize we are that powerful first. But we are co-creators. We're so much more powerful, which is probably what's going to come out with this pineal gland I'm going to be talking about with the sun. Okay, this is a very important little crystal right in the back of your brain, the middle of the brain, that controls your hormones, your endocrine system. But it also, hang on, what's going on here? It also connects out into the universal field. So it becomes the creator. We're co-creating with this field, this energy, that's the cosmos of consciousness. Okay, so we have to be really mindful of what we're creating and our impact, our power. And this isn't about power over, this is about the influence that we have in our energy fields and our thoughts. And so when we hook into something that I can't do anything about it, I'm helpless, I'm hopeless, and I'm going to keep feeding it fear, we are creating that. So we have to actually start to break that pattern and be discerning where we put our minds and put our energy into what we can do, what we can create. We can create more peace. We can create more peace in the world by being in peace. And this is what was really beautiful when I was in Sardinia. And you might think this is like, oh, it's just coincidence. But I will share it with you. The sea and everything was absolutely calm. Went for a run. And when you do that, it purges the liver. The liver starts getting detoxing, and that's where the anger sits, right? That kind of can sit there. And as I was running, I could suddenly feel this real kind of anger, frustration coming out of my system, and I just growled as I was running. And because there was more people around, I thought, right, what I'll do is I'll put my head in the water, and I basically did a Hulk impression, like screamed into the water. Well, instantly this calm water turned into choppy water, very choppy water, and wind was blowing, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And even the person I was with thought, that's really interesting how that's just suddenly happened. And then I literally thought, right, I need to sit down and I'm going to just embody peace. I'm going to literally just come into my heart and just breathe into my heart. Just be in that, just breathe into it. And I just felt so much peace and purity, like a diamond light was just radiating out of my heart. It was forming into my body, and I was just expanding my whole energy field and just radiating out light, diamond pure light, because your heart is like a white hole. Nothing can get in, only out. So it radiates. So this is the purity of our soul that lies deep within our heart. It's called anahatra, which means unstruck. It means it always will be pure. So by sitting in our hearts and radiating it out, it was just these pure waves of love just started to move through. Well, I opened my eyes. I can't tell you how long I was doing this for. And the wind had just stopped. The waves had calmed. The seaweed moved, and everybody just seemed very quiet and very calm. And it's like, what's just happened here? This is really interesting. And the place where I go in Sardinia is just, it's amazing. It's very healing. It has gold in the sand, and gold is the same frequency as love. Okay, so it's a very, very special place. And what I'm trying to say here is actually we're more powerful than we realize. And power isn't what we've been seeing in this patriarchal system where it's power over somebody, it's controlling over somebody, it's taking something from somebody. That isn't power. That's just bullshit. That's just it's little wieners with something to prove, a shitload of huge ego. Okay, it's nonsense. And our true power lies through influence that we can create through interaction, interconnect into our hearts. And we can influence negative stuff. We can create, like I say, if there's something that we fear and we don't like and we keep thinking about it and feeling it, we often can create it. So our huge impact is when we think about something really positive and just bring in that higher elevated emotions of love, joy, peace and gratitude. That's where we create. And it's huge, and we become a beacon and a receiver on that frequency. So we've got to be really mindful of what we are choosing in our thoughts, in our actions. And what I've just mentioned there is actually there's so much we can do. We can simplify it. Okay, if you're really struggling, simplify it. Okay, go for walks, get your feet in the ground, on the ground, in water, clean water, not polluted ones, and drink pure water, drink spring water as well. It's really important to get the stagnation out of us, not this high chloride, fluoride shit they keep putting into our systems. That's no, and recycled piss. It's just piss and shit recycled. And then if you think about it, water carries our emotions. It's just recycled everybody else's emotions. So if you want to break the pattern, if you want more clarity and clearer thoughts, drink pure water. drink spring water that's gone through thousands of years and come back up and purified with all the minerals in that. You know, this is what we need to be looking at. So just make things simple. Get into water, if I haven't mentioned that, cold water swimming. Being in the present as much as you can. This is what we need to be doing, rather than allowing anxiety just take its toll on us, because nervous systems are just going, done. I'm so done with this shit. I'm just so done. So we'll be crashing, burnout, overwhelmed, and exhausted with no energy to get anything done. So, so like I say, I'm feeling that, and I kind of know what I should be doing. So, be kind with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. When you fuck up, or you feel you fucked up, just forgive yourself. All right, just go, oh yeah, really screwed up there, that was a bit of a shit one, sorry. Take responsibility of your actions. Get past the fear of judgment, your own judgment, and the fear of other people's judgments. You've just got to go, yeah, I own it. This is where truth will set you free. It feels the most uncomfortable thing ever, but truth sets you free, because we feel the consequences of our truth. But we really must come from our heart and open express. So this is about heart chakra opening. So I hope this has helped, my lovelies. If you are struggling, I'm with you. I feel you. I hear you. But you're not alone, and know that it's okay not to be okay. And actually, somewhere along the bloody lines, there's a blessing, because, you know, it's showing us all our old patterns and our old conditioning that no longer serves us. So if we want to go on this trajectory of love and peace and abundance and joy, we've got to ditch all this shit. So we've got to literally look at our luggage that we're carrying, trying to get on a plane, and go, actually, I don't need to carry any of this anymore. I just need to carry me, light, and who I am. And so yeah, it's a sluggish, it's transformation, but just think the caterpillar has to turn into mush before it transforms into this butterfly. And we can transform multiple times. Okay, this is layer upon layer, and it's the year of the snake, so we are really losing our old layers to enable growth. So we have to let grief happen for us. We have to let that through too, because grief enables us to have abundance as well. So it's a natural process to be able to let go, enables for new to come through. So this could be grief of relationships, there's all sorts of things. Grief of self, identity of self, it's all going to be a bit of a mush popped, as it were. So, and it's heart awakening. We are literally, our hearts expanding. If you're restricting that, you may find that in blood pressure, issues with the heart, palpitations, all sorts of things. So we have to really allow our hearts to open, and to allow this huge energetic shift, to let go of any stagnancy, and to allow freshness to come through. This, you know, heart is more than a pump. It's a Taurus field. Okay, so lots of love on that, peeps, and keep it simple. Love yourself, accept yourself, be compassionate to yourself, and use those affirmations. I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. I'm worthy of love and joy and peace, and I am love, joy, and peace. And just keep repeating that, and do that when you feel good. So when you do feel shit, you go, I can clock into that, and those neural plasticity, those neural pathways are already there. So you're not trying to create something, fight to create something. They're already there. So it's just literally a flip of the switch. Go, nope, not those ones, these ones. Okay, so just practice that. When you're brushing your teeth, take your toothbrush in your other hand, and then start doing them. And that way, you're really asking your brain to create neural plasticity, neural pathways. So there's lots of little tricks in the book that you can do, but this is really about being as conscious with yourself and spending time for yourself, and less is more. Okay, lots of love, peeps. Take care.